This is Joyce the Voice, and I am here to tell you all the things that you need to do a Johnny on the spot protest. You can start out small and start increasing your supplies, because this is spiritual warfare and you need to be ready impromptu. Johnny on the spot, boots on the ground. So I want to show you the things that you need to consider: visual, audio, and a plan. I just trying to make it simple, but so basically I brought out many of my supplies to show you, and I spread them out. There we go. Now, everything I have fits in my basket. I don't have a car. I travel with parental abuse. Alienation is abuse. Make families great again. A lot of people see my sign and they like it. So, anyhow, I want to show you visuals. First of all, there's posters and banners. We all know about posters and banners. I sewed this really simple sack with a handle, which I have to put a little lower. I have to redo it. And you close it with a little button thing. I put lace, I made a sack that has all these little posters in it. All these posters and handouts and posters. Many, many posters. Many more. There's more on the floor. This one my friend Annie made from Australia. It's not about father's rights or mother's rights. It's about children's rights to love and be loved by both. There's a whole bunch of different ones here against CPS, against the courts. All right, there's some that somebody else had. I just accumulated them. They're leaving behind, and I grab them because you never know. I built this. This I built. It has elastic. I got this from the religious people that are always trying to sell their stuff. The Mormon. I don't know who they are. Anyway, there's strings underneath, and I could put a water jug, a milk bottle filled with water to weigh it down because it blows. But we used it in D.C. I used it in several places because people like to grab handouts without having to stop and talk a lot of times. Also, I have small tracts in here, which I like to hand to people. I keep them in my bag. This tells my story because people can put them in their bag and their pocket. They don't sometimes like a bigger one. Always put your links that people can look up, the URLs or the groups or the websites that they can get information, further information. The other thing is thumbtacks. This is thumbtacks. So I use thumbtacks because I will pin flyers around town before I come to rally. I'll pin them on top of picnic tables. I'll pin them on the public bulletin boards. I'll give them to the coffee shops and diners wherever they have a board. And you always need extra thumbtacks. Have extra boards at hand. Always have extras around. So when you see them, buy them, because when you go back, they might not be there. That's the way they are at the dollar stores. I have them in different colors, too, in here. So I have some pre-made posters, and I have some plain posters, because you never know. Have waterproof magic markers. I have tons of magic markers in here. Most of them are waterproof. Some of them are for dry erase board, but they work. They don't run. But, yeah, they're waterproof. And then these little things from the dollar store, the little stars, little Target things. All right. Have your t-shirt. If you have a t-shirt, get a For the Children t-shirt. Ask me where to get it. Robert Slavin has them. Yeah, we have scissors. Bring scissors. Bring a knife. So we took these posters and we slit them in half and we strung them alongside each other along a rope to make like a banner. We didn't tape them together to let the wind blow through them. So it worked out really well to have scissors. So scissors, all kinds of tape, packing, clear, duct tape, whatever. Little signs. Okay, so signs. Here's a sign. This is a podium, makeshift podium. It's a music stand. Some people like to hold on to something when they're speaking. They put their words down and they're nervous, right? They might want to hold on to their microphone, unless you have a microphone stand or a megaphone. but it's good to have something to put the stuff on. All right, so that's my makeshift podium. All right, when I'm walking around with flyers, I have a sack with long handles, so I carry this on my shoulder that I keep the flyers in. So that's what I have a sack for. You hear the noisemakers in there? So, all right. The other thing is, okay, you might want to have a canopy. You might want to have an awning of some kind. I have a beach umbrella. You never know if it's going to be too sunny or if it's going to be raining. And when I go to Central Park, I think it's a visual eye catcher, and I hang posters from it. And yeah, so I hang things from it. Inside I'll put a hanger, and I'll hang another poster. The other thing is, I invested in this board. It costs more than the foam boards at the dollar store. A few dollars for this board. It's heavier duty, and I put a rope on it so I can tape on it other boards, your regular poster boards, and that way I can carry it around. So when I go to town before the rally to announce that we're coming, I carry this with the sign that we're coming, the date and the time and the location and the purpose, with my flyers on my shoulder, with my thumbtacks, and this way people will see. It's very lightweight. So you can string it to hang on your back if you'd like to do that. I just think it's easier to hold it in my arms so I can switch arms and whatnot. And what's the other thing? Okay, yeah, bring umbrellas. Always watch the weather. Plastic table covers. These things are so handy. Buy a lot of them. They're $1. And you can get them in any color. I got them in red, but, you know, maybe yellow for bring a baby home. Pink or blue. And so you could cover things up for the rain to keep things dry. You could also cover your table, like public table. But the thing is, basically for rain. Also, when it was too windy to use posters, we used that as flags. We put them on the stands and we let the tablecloths blow like flags. So, yeah, so we multi-purposed. Noisemakers. All right, let's talk about noise. Oh, yeah, clothespins. Clothespins were really handy because we hang our posters on ropes. You could rope between trees. Now, if you don't have rope trees to hang from, you could. I have purchased, not this one. This is a small one that I use for my music, but I have larger ones with a top on them that you could rope the rope through, and I can create trees. They're stands. They're speaker stands, so that we can hang the posters from those. The thing is, if it's windy, they don't hold up too well. You gotta anchor them with rope and stakes, which I have a whole bunch of rope and stakes here. Okay, here's rope and stakes in my bag, right? There you go. And places like in Washington, they don't allow you to put anything in the ground, as bad as this dirt is. You have to use other weights. So again, you could use milk jugs filled with water, and then you could just do other things with the stands if the posters are too heavy. They're never too heavy. They just blow like sails. So the other thing is to have an easel, because you never know when you want to record something. Have an easel. Have backup battery power. Always backup battery power and your backup cable, your phone cable, as well as an audio cable. If you don't have the PA system, you have to have an audio cable, so you could attach your phone. I also have a little small folding stool. This collapses into nothing. And, of course, this is another visual. You could use yellow ribbon or any other ribbon. Okay, so, again, an audio cable to attach to your PA, because I like to play not only the music playlist that I created, my Family Rights Revolution music, but I also play Nancy Schaefer. I will be now playing Fran's statement to the New York State Assembly that she just did. I think that was awesome. Let's see, what else? Yeah, there's a couple of them in here that I think were awesome.
See, so-and-so said it and so-and-so said I was just following the advice.
Whoops, that's Michael Volpe.
That's why they bring the professionals in. And the professionals love it.
Okay, here we go. Nancy Schaefer. So I play Nancy Schaefer, and then you can have speakers. How come? Where'd it go? I don't know what happened here.
Well, my name is Nancy Schaefer.
All right. Then you have microphone. For your PA, you have a microphone. You could use a bullhorn, but they get on your ears after a while. And but I want to get one because they do serve a purpose. Absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks to all of you.
Let's see.
Who have made
Bible. Never forget to bring your Bible. You want to pray. If you have T-shirts, again, I said, contact me or Robert Slavin, Ed Elliott, if you know him. And let's see what else. Yeah, make sure you have
I will share with you
things to dress warm.
limited power of
You know, your gloves, your hat, boots, shoes, and whatever you got going there. You could wear crazy hats. I love my hat, but there's all different kinds of things you could do. Again, let's see what I didn't forget here. Here's my paper.
also called CPS, which
I don't know where I put my paper.
I wrote a scathing report entitled "The Corrupt Business of Child Protective Services."
Where did I put my paper? My paper that had all my notes on it.
The report cost me.
Oh yes, if you have noisemakers, I have a tambourine, drums, any noisemakers, there you go. I use this stool because in case it's raining, also you don't want to be standing there the whole time while you're also holding an umbrella and you're also holding a poster. You want to be able to sit. So bring your stool, collapsible stool. That one is only like $12 in Walmart. This is strange, but I don't know where my paper is.
This is not to say.
So I think I said everything. Oh yeah, if you want to do a light brigade, you know, buy your cordless Christmas lights now, battery operated, so you can string lights around your posters, and that makes a lot of, there's a lot of tree lightings happening in the next week or two, or the next week, so you might want to do something like that. Take your posters and, this is strange. So anyway, that's that. I'm out of breath. So I'm going to clean this mess up. And I'm all ready. Keep your stuff all in one place. Bungee cords. That's another thing. Have bungee cords. Have extra pens. Have all your flyers ready to hand out. Oh yeah. Go into town beforehand to let them know you're coming. Talk to the police. Let them know you're coming. Let them be your friends. I have thumbtacks that I will tack these flyers on tables and poster boards, bulletin boards around the town. Give them to coffee shops and diners, and to let them know when the rallies are. And these are my thumbtacks. I keep these in my sack that I carry on my shoulder with my poster board with everything on it. Yeah, here's my paper. And let's see, light sticks if you're going to have a light vigil. I have a baby carriage that I've used. That's a great visual. You could use bubbles, balloons. You can take a large tablecloth, a yellow one, or pink or blue, tie it around a tree, tie it around a bunch of trees for bringing our babies home. Let's see, like I said, I have the playlist on YouTube. You can also have Nancy Schaefer. Fran kicked ass last week at the New York State Assembly. There's a whole bunch of other videos you can use to broadcast, as well as speakers. Let's see. Yeah, you want scissors, knife, clothespins, thumbtacks, tapes, batteries, extra batteries, cable, charging cable, and an audio cable. Yeah, that's it. It's not a lot. Everything I have fits in my basket. I don't have a car. I use public transportation. So everything I have fits in that. Everything that you see, this huge umbrella, everything fits in there. and I get to where I'm going, and then I unpack. It's probably harder to even use a car because you have to pack, unpack, unpack, and unpack, unpack, and unpack. Well, not for me. I pack it all up, and I get there, and then I unpack it, and I open it all up, like not in this way, but you see what I'm saying. Everything I have is portable. Everything I have can be condensed. I keep things in this box, my musical equipment. And I don't keep everything in my basket because I use that to shop and also. But I keep everything in one spot, so this way I could grab everything and have a Johnny on the spot protest or do my thing like I do in New York City all summer. So, anyway, so that's that.